I used to think I adored my wife more than anything in this world. I used to believe our marriage was the one solid thing in my life, the one place I could breathe without fear. 15 years together, and I thought I knew her. I thought I understood the woman I slept next to every night. But one day, sitting beside her in the car, she unintentionally showed me something that ripped my entire world in half in the span of a single heartbeat. It's insane how fast a life can fall apart. 1 second everything is normal, and the next, everything you believed in becomes a lie so loud it drowns out the rest of your thoughts. We were just driving. That's it. Just driving home like any other day, windows down, evening light pouring in, her humming along to some song she liked. I remember actually thinking, at that exact moment, how lucky I was. How content. How proud to call her mine. Then she grabbed her phone. And everything went straight to hell. Her phone buzzed, once, twice, 3 times. I wasn't even trying to look. It wasn't some paranoid suspicion. I wasn't snooping. But when a screen lights up inches from your face, you see what you see. And God, I wish I hadn't. A message. A goddamn message. A name I didn't recognize. Words that didn't belong in any marriage, least of all mine. And the moment she saw me look, even just a flick of my eyes toward her phone, she reacted like someone who'd been caught with blood on her hands. Not shame. Not fear. Anger. The kind of anger that tells you the truth before the words ever come out. I asked her who it was. Calmly at first. I wasn't even accusing. She didn't even give me space to breathe. She snapped back with irritation, like I'd insulted her by daring to ask. Called it work stuff. Put the phone face down like she was hiding a detonator. And that's when something cracked inside me. A hairline fracture at first, but it spread fast, through my chest, through my stomach, through every memory we'd ever built together. The worst part? She didn't even try to hide the contempt in her voice, like I was a nuisance for noticing the obvious. We got home, and the moment she stepped out of the car, something in me snapped. I didn't plan it. I didn't think. I reached in and grabbed her phone before she could. And she lunged for it like her life depended on it. But she was too late. What I saw should have killed me on the spot. Weeks. Months. Maybe over a year. Words she never said to me. Pictures she never sent to me. Plans she never made with me. Every message was a knife twisting deeper into my ribs. Last night was perfect. I can't wait to be inside you again. Wear that thing I like. I miss the taste of you. I don't know how long I stood there in our driveway just scrolling. My hands were shaking so badly I barely recognized them as my own. She was pacing, shouting, demanding I give her the phone back, but all I could hear was the buzzing in my skull. All I could feel was this crushing, suffocating betrayal sitting on my chest like a cinder block. And even then, even with explicit proof lighting up the screen, she tried to lie. Tried to manipulate me. Tried to twist the narrative like she always had, but I'd been too blind, too trusting, too stupid to see it. She said it was just flirting. She said I was being insecure. She said it happened once. She said I was overreacting. Every word out of her mouth was poison. Every excuse made the truth worse. And the truth was this: the woman I adored wasn't real. She was a mask. A performance. A stranger I allowed into every vulnerable part of my life. I left the house that night. I couldn't breathe under the same roof as her. My chest felt like it was being crushed from the inside. I drove aimlessly for hours until I ended up at a friend's place. I didn't even remember getting out of the car. I didn't remember knocking on the door. All I remember is the shaking, the cold numbness creeping through my body like I'd been dropped into ice water. I barely slept. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw those messages. And the worst part? My brain kept replaying the last 15 years. Little moments that never made sense. Excuses she gave. Times she was busy, tired, working late. Every dot connected. Every lie became obvious. The timeline unfolded in front of me, and I felt like a goddamn fool for ever trusting her. I started investigating, not because I wanted to, but because I had to. I needed to know how much of my life had been a lie. I needed to know who she really was. And the deeper I dug, the worse it got. It wasn't one guy. It wasn't one mistake. It was a pattern. A system. A life running parallel to ours, hidden in shadows I never bothered to look into. I gathered everything. Every message. Every secret photo. Every timestamp. Every lie. And with every piece of evidence, the anger inside me grew. Not loud anger. Not shouting anger. A cold, steady, terrifying anger. The kind of anger that comes from being made a fool of by the person you trusted most. When the time came to confront her with everything, when I laid out the truth she thought she'd buried, she didn't apologize. She didn't show remorse. She didn't even cry. She blamed me. She said she was bored. She said I wasn't exciting. She said she deserved more. She said I was too trusting, like that was a flaw she got to exploit. That's when something inside me died. The part of me that loved her. The part that believed in her. The part that still hoped for some explanation that could make sense of it all. Gone. All that remained was the truth she'd spent years burying. She wasn't my partner. She wasn't my friend. She wasn't the woman I thought she was. She was a fraud. A liar. A parasite feeding off the stability I gave her while she chased attention behind my back. Ending things wasn't even a choice at that point. It was survival. She cried when she realized I meant it. She broke down, begged, tried to claw her way back into my good graces. But I wasn't listening anymore. I couldn't. The trust was gone. The love was gone. The version of her I adored had never existed. Months later, after the dust settled, after the divorce papers were signed and the wounds started to scar over instead of bleed, I finally understood something. I didn't lose a wife. I lost an illusion. And for the first time in years, I can breathe again. I'm still angry. I'm still hurt. Some nights, I still replay everything in my head until I can't stand myself. But I'm free. Free from lies. Free from manipulation. Free from a woman who never deserved the love I gave her. And now I get to rebuild my life from the ashes she thought would bury me. Because she didn't destroy me. She exposed herself. And I survived her.